Well, hello. Today I'd like to talk to you about a Matador pen, but more importantly than the model of the pen, I want to talk to you about my failure. So, this pen is a failure of mine so far, and we'll talk about why I want to share a failure after we take a look at the pen and the failure. So, let's look at me fail. So, this is the Matador 811. You can see it has a very nice striated finish, kind of a red and black. I had the opportunity to pick from several colors, so I picked this one. There was a green one, a blue one, and a black one, and then this one. So we have the kind of poorly stamped 811 there. Interestingly, when you take the piston apart, this part is the piston turning knob. This part actually allows you to unscrew the piston. And let's just take a gander at that finish. Pretty sweet. It kind of reminds me of, I don't know, some Schaefer's or something. On this end, Matador standard. And then an elaborate clip like we've seen before with Matador. And then the finials are plain. If you unscrew the cap, it reveals kind of a nice ink window, actually. And so it's like there's a liner up here. I'm not sure how that works, not being a pen maker. This one required very little work, so I didn't dissect it much. The nib says Matador, then an M, and a 20 below that. The person who sold it wasn't sure, but believed it dated from the 1940s. I think we need to fill it up with a nice ink. So how about some Parker Quink washable blue? Oops. My cleaning cloth just drifted off the table. Alright, so again, I only have to turn this bit. Oh, and I should show you before I get too frisky here. It actually moves very smoothly, and I don't know if you can tell, but that's a real cork piston. It held water very well. We'll find out how well it holds Parker Quink washable blue. It does make some nice bubbles. More bubbles. More bubbles. Okay, it doesn't really want to fill it very full. I don't remember noticing that when I was cleaning it. So I think when I cleaned it, I probably, because I did actually take the piston out, that's how I knew. I think when I clean this one out, when I'm done with this fill, I think I'm going to put some more silicone grease on the piston. Because it's sure not holding a lot of ink. So, always that risk with vintage pens, and sometimes, you know, everything's perfect while you're cleaning them, then surprise when you go to actually write with them. So, you never know what you're going to get. So I have a blotch here from a previous pen, and I just don't want this pen to get blamed for it here or here. Oh, we're already inking. Yeek. Yeah, we're blotching all over the place. And it's not my imagination. It is coming out. Let's see if I can at least get through a writing sample. But, as you can tell, this pen will not be in this week's Pens in Use because it wants to blotch. Unless it quits here. Whoop. So, yeah, the fact that it wouldn't fill the whole way was a sign. Because what a fountain pen is, really, is a controlled leak. So I don't remember it doing this with water, but then I didn't try to write with the water and put any kind of pressure on it. I just say, oh, it's not leaking. Because, yeah, it shouldn't do that when I just dot it on the paper. So, Parker Quink. All right. Abandoning this video. So I hope that was interesting. It's always good when I can come on here and say, hey, look at this cool pen. Look how great it writes. Look how amazing it is. Look what a great job I did restoring it. And then I have my failures. So far, the Matador, I've failed, and I just have not had free time to work on it. I'm hoping possibly over the upcoming holidays, I'll have a few days where I can just sit down with it. I think all it really needs is some O-rings, just make the cork piston a little bit bigger, but I don't know that. So what I think happened is that the cork piston shrank and allowed air in around it. And then, of course, the pen can't hold the ink in. It just goes right out of the pen. And it's like the nib and the feed have diarrhea of ink. And so I need to work on that. Now, I'll tell you the other reason I did this video. Necessity is the mother of invention. I had a class tonight, because I'm taking a class that ran way extra long, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not going to get around to filming the whole video that I planned on filming tonight, because we've run, at this point, about 45 minutes longer than it was supposed to run tonight. So, anyway, I started looking at videos I have pre-recorded, and I don't have very many left. This was one of them, and I thought, that's actually an interesting pen. I'd like to share it. And, okay, so when you fail, my idea was, well, I'm going to take off the cork piston, and I'm going to replace it with O-rings that are a little bit bigger, but it occurred to me, what about crowdsourcing some ideas? And I really didn't want to set up my whole set. I'm just using the camera and everything that I used for my class that I'm taking as a student, because, yeah, I continue to learn. Even though I'm 46 years old, I'm still going to classes. But I thought, I'm going to crowdsource some ideas. Is replacing the cork piston the best idea? I already tried silicone grease on the cork piston, and that was not enough. It was the first day, but then the next day when I found the pen cap full of ink, I was like, nope, that was a fail. That's why I used Parker Quink washable blue with a brand new pen. And I needed it. So, expect a sequel to this video eventually. But, the fun of vintage pens, fun, in air quotes, is you don't always know what you're getting. I definitely didn't know what I was getting with this pen. But, I'm glad I bought it, and I think from what little I saw before I noticed the bloopage of ink coming out of the feed, I think it's going to be a good one when I get it figured out. And I honestly think the problem is in that piston. So we'll see. So if you have any further ideas for me, I know some people suggested using a cork piston. I know there's a channel that's demonstrated how to do it, but I haven't found how to get access to good quality cork, or how to cut, because the guy used like a little lathe. I haven't seen how to cut it smoothly so it gets to the right size and shape like it needs to be. So, unless I get some better ideas, I think I'm going to go with the rubber O-ring idea when I get a holiday break. Whether it's Thanksgiving or later, but anyway, well, thank you for sitting through my failure. And failure is how you learn. I didn't learn how to teach by having successful days. I learned from my really horrible days when I thought, I hate this job and I want to quit. Those are days that taught me how to be a better teacher. And this is one of those experiences that's teaching me how to be a better pen repairer, restorer type dude. So I think it's important for those of us in the pen restoration line to share those failures, so that when you fail, you're not a failure. You just haven't figured it out yet. You will. Just like I will, and I will eventually do the sequel to this video. So, thank you for watching, and sorry I was too lazy after 45 extra minutes of class to put up the good camera, but well, thank you for watching. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.